Logan Paul is seated on a ladder inside of the ring, and he plugs Ohio for the cheap pop. And he said that he sees kids out there full of ambition with untapped potential. The best people in the world come from Cleveland, like LeBron James, Jerry Lawler, and Logan Paul. But he's getting quite the mixed reaction, even by sucking up to the crowd. And then says, the moment that made him great was leaving Cleveland and pursued his dreams in Hollywood while you guys froze in the winter. It smells here. The Browns still suck. Don't boo me because I'm the best thing you guys have. And there's something wrong, though. Here in Cleveland, we can't stop losing, including my brother who just lost his last fight, me at WrestleMania. But he's going to put the city on his back and restore the city's name by having his name added to the Money in the Bank ladder match. He's going to win the briefcase and then take whatever title he wants. So he has added himself to the ladder match. No qualifier for this guy.
I can buy that, like, in story. I mean, Logan Paul is at such a, higher star level that they would have just pushed him up there. So
I would say that this certainly does present like a great candidate to potentially win this thing. Like
he's my favorite.
I know everyone is clamoring for like LA Knight here, but I mean, honestly, if you want to like take this more seriously, like Logan Paul would be probably the best person to win this.
Yeah, I think I had like suggested, like, or at least the idea had come to mind that, oh man, like, could Logan Paul win the Money in the Bank? Not knowing that they would have had an extra spot for him, but if the guy is available, 100%, you give him the Money in the Bank as a device to constantly threaten, like, Logan Paul entering the world title picture at any moment. It's a prop that he can use in all of his other obligations. It can sit on set for his podcast. Like he can use it.
He's going to totally remake the briefcase to have like the Prime logo overall.
That would be the greatest elite ever. Absolutely. Yeah. The Prime Money in the Bank. Oh, that's awesome. Like he can use it
in the bank,
all of his social media, Prime in the Bank, whatever you want to call it.
It also, it has the guy's going to disappear. So it's like, it's going to be like surprise appearances that you don't have to do the weekly tease of the briefcase because he's not going to be around every week.
It keeps him relevant throughout the year, and at any point you're almost like assured that you're going to get a Logan Paul title run.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would.
He's got the history with both champions, with Rollins, with Reigns. I just think there's a lot to having Logan Paul.
Plus, he'll be great in the ladder match.
I think this is going to be a really great match that these individuals are going to have.
He's a clear favorite to win this thing, and it's not at this point even just a celebrity like who doesn't deserve it. He is a good enough worker that he's more than capable of like he'd be a great champion. And I'm not even like just saying lowering my sort of standards for a celebrity. Be like a great champion to ice this title that is supposed to be the workers' title. He'll be taking it away from all the people. You built to a great rematch with Seth Rollins. And so, who knows, whatever, like main events, down the line as well. So looking at this picture, we have Damian Priest, Butch, Santos Escobar, LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, Logan Paul, and Ricochet. I mean, Priest and Logan Paul. Is there anybody else who's a candidate?
I mean, you certainly. I think like the crowd's going to be super hot for LA Knight,
but he won't win.
No, probably not. But they will certainly tease it.
Who do you see as a future world champion, basically?
Yeah. I feel like the night of, like, you will have like spots designed for Ricochet, for Escobar. That, I mean, listen, you've seen like Austin Theory win this thing. Like, you can make your arguments for anybody.
And that failed.
It did, but I mean, there's been plenty of guys that have won this that you would going into it. Like, was anyone picking Baron Corbin to win it, for instance? So I'm all I'm saying is I think like you can certainly look at a logical pick, and it doesn't always mean the logical pick wins this.
I think Knight will gain plenty just, from the crowd reaction, which at this point is almost guaranteed that he becomes like the biggest babyface coming out of the show. Even tonight, the big promo he cut felt very much like a babyface promo. Santos, is kind of doing the LWO thing, but I think without Ray or Dominic, it's not necessarily that big of a deal, but he'll hopefully have a good performance. Ricochet, you can always count on for something like that, but Ricochet and Nakamura are going to break off with something with Reed. Priest, I think, is supposed to be like, your most dominant guy, probably somebody who's also going, like, I mean, maybe an unequal chance of a Logan Paul to win, but so much more upside, in my opinion, for Money in the Bank on Logan Paul, because he's a heel, because of the sort of like, keeps him relevant throughout the year. He could take it on all of his mainstream media appearances. So, yeah.
This coming week on the Post Wrestling Cafe, we're coming at you 4 nights in a row.
Starts this Wednesday night with the return of the Double Shot covering Dark Side of the Ring. Thursday, it's the return of MCU Later, where we'll talk about Marvel's Secret Invasion. Friday, it's Rewind of SmackDown. And Saturday, it's the return of Collision Course, where I will be joining Kate from Montreal, and we'll be checking with John Cena live from the event.
You can join at postwrestlingcafe.com. $6 gets you in the door.